welcome back to the John and Linetia show.
I disagree.
With what?
Your welcoming tone.
I didn't sound good? You don't want me to welcome our listeners?
No, not the jerks.
Oh, you should have told me that before. Fine. Welcome back, everyone except the jerks, to the John and Linetia show.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
So, what about that story with Ozzie Guillen?
Ozzie, crazy again.
The Miami Marlins, they hire Ozzie, and
they did.
Sadly, they also hire his mouth.
You mean to tell me they didn't notice before they got him?
Unbelievable. Yeah, apparently not. Apparently not. The thing is, so he says some crazy stuff in a Time magazine interview.
Yeah.
About Fidel Castro, and the thing is he's said this stuff before in a previous I think it was like 5 years ago in an interview, but he was quoted as saying that he respected Fidel Castro because many people have tried to kill him in the last 60 years, yet he's still there.
So weird.
So weird. The problem is that Miami has a huge contingent of former Cuban refugees,
people, yes.
Former Cuban people, and the fact is that even I think even wherever you are in the United States, you probably don't realize how brutal Castro is, how isolated that country is in a lot of respects. Because it's easier for him to control the Castro family, you could say. I think his brother's in charge now. Mm-hmm. But he said this kind of flippantly in an interview. He said it years ago. Mm-hmm. You can kind of see where he's going on that. It's sort of like saying, I respect Jason Voorhees.
Right.
No matter how many times he gets killed, he keeps coming back.
Coming back for you.
But
he never dies.
You're still talking about a mass murderer here.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, Ozzie had to have a press conference. Mm-hmm. First, he was found out he's been suspended 5 games by the team, and basically answered as many questions as possible. And apologized and retracted and all of that. I think it was a heck of a spectacle, and there's still a lot of people in Miami that want him fired.
Okay, I have no problem with protests. That's free speech or whatever. This is not the first time Ozzie has said something crazy.
Right.
Okay. Ozzie also said that what he said was, it came out the right way in Spanish and not the right way in English. Which could be true because, basically none of us really understand what Ozzie is saying most of the time, But, my biggest thing really isn't the fact that he said Fidel Castro was, the man. My biggest issue is that you don't win games. And,
yeah.
I got a problem with that. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but I want you to win some games. So, he was right to apologize. He had to. You basically insulted.
Oh, he had no choice. Yeah.
You've insulted. He's like, I don't care about the money because you're making plenty of money. You've always had plenty of money.
Yeah,
you don't care about the money that you. You just gotta be so careful with what you say.
He's so opinionated, and he's always been through the years. It's kind of like you laugh and you go, it's Ozzie, because he'll say stuff without thinking,
right?
And he be kind of basically brutally honest on what he says. I don't entirely buy exactly. I mean, his whole, you can read. I was trying to say his press conference today or on Tuesday rather was mostly in Spanish because it's his native language, and when he said I respect Fidel Castro, said that in English. And he's like, it came out wrong and all that, except for the fact that he's kind of said this in the past.
Yes, he has.
we also got to remember that Ozzie is you might say on friendly terms, but has been always supportive of Hugo Chavez.
Yeah.
In Venezuela, and we're not talking there about a very good guy either. Not to say that Ozzie loves brutal dictators, but many years ago, the owner of the Cincinnati Reds basically said that you can respect Adolf Hitler, but he just went a little bit too far. And she got suspended for a couple of years out of baseball. It's quite possible that Major League Baseball might even lengthen his suspension.
It's quite possible, and I guess rightly so. You have to be careful because you're offending people who attend your games, who support you, who bring in money.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
yeah, he did the organization a disservice.
So sad. Well, good luck, Ozzie. I hope everything works out for you. And open mouth, insert foot, as usual. So we got some positive news to talk about.
All right.
Seems like the pregnancy rate is down. That's
overall
awesome across all ethnicities.
Really?
Unbelievable.
There are less people being born on this earth? Is that what you're saying?
There are less people being born.
Wow.
Yes. What they attribute it to, supposedly, is the awareness of birth control. Yeah, I could see that. But also, I think maybe here in the U.S., maybe we have, like, parents who are actually concerned now.
Concerned with what?
Concerned with their teenage daughters and sons, I want to say.
So are we talking teen pregnancy rate or overall pregnancy rate?
Teen pregnancy rate.
Oh, I see. Well, I haven't been trolling the high schools for a couple of years.
Oh, yeah, about that.
That could be.
So there's some little Johns probably walking around somewhere?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No, but
this is
if
great.
there are any 18 or 19-year-olds who, are interested, no?
Oh, no.
Okay, all right.
No. Okay. You know what? I don't want you to
you know what?
that again.
Overall, that's a good thing, especially when you got those crappy shows on MTV like 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom.
Maybe it's scared kids.
Probably.
I
You
hope
see
so.
these horrible people, who have to deal with kids.
Right, and they're so young. I just don't think you should be 16 years old having a child. Not saying that after that, your life is over or anything like that. You can make it. That's not it. But I would like someone to go ahead and, get through high school and get through college if you can, and go ahead and start your family afterwards.
Get your education, get a good job. Maybe it'd be good to have a 2-parent family, too. A lot of the teen pregnancies were single parents.
Education?
Isn't it education?
Okay.
Am I wrong?
All right. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. But that's a good thing. I was happy. I was happy to see that. So, I've heard people get to a point where they say if they're not teaching their teenage sons and daughters not to have sex, they're teaching them to be protected.
That's good.
So
that's
a new way in life.
That's good. Always wear your raincoat. All right. We'll be right back after these words from God, who has the following message to everyone. Broncos suck.
And they do. You're listening to the John Linetia Show.